Pep Guardiola, according to reports, could be leaving Manchester City. Is Mikel Arteta his replacement? That is the question that I want to ask all of you and break it down. If you're enjoying the content, please do go down, smash the like button if you're enjoying the content. Let me know your thoughts down below by dropping a comment and also hit that subscribe button. Now, according to the Daily Mail, within the last couple of days, various reports are floating around regarding Pep Guardiola. Is this going to be his last year as Manchester City's manager? Now, 17 hours ago, the report says Pep Guardiola is expected to leave Manchester City at the end of next season, despite the club wanting him to stay as he looks to reshape his squad one last time after the FA Cup final defeat. Guardiola, who joined Manchester City in 2016, has 12 months left on his existing deal. The club's hierarchy fear his ninth year in charge will represent at the end could be his last year. Now, I want to ask it. This isn't a report. This is just a topic I wanted to discuss. Now, we know Guardiola had Arteta under his management at Manchester City, and we know they both play a very, very, very similar style of football. After all, Guardiola has essentially taught Mikel Arteta everything he knows, which is why Arteta has now transformed and turned into a very, very, very good coach. And the two of them have been battling it out for the Premier League title the last couple of seasons, going all the way to the very, very end. The Premier League last year was won by 5 points, and the current season was won by 2 points. So the gap is definitely closing. Could Mikel Arteta be the next Manchester City coach? I think this could be a possibility if he doesn't succeed and win major honours in the Arsenal role. Now, he's done a very, very good with Arsenal. He's won them an FA Cup. He took them out of the trenches, got them back into challenging for major honours. They're now, in a title race. They've brought through some fantastic signings. Havertz, Rice, Odegaard. He's transformed that entire squad when you look at the squad he inherited from Unai Emery. Now, the question about Manchester City is, if Guardiola leaves, who out there is going to be available? Now, everyone keeps saying Xabi Alonso. I think he is destined to join Real Madrid. I think this will be Carlo Ancelotti's last season as Real Madrid manager. And I think Xabi Alonso will be at Leverkusen one more year, maybe win another Bundesliga title, and then join Real Madrid. So if Guardiola leaves and you look at, they obviously want to adopt a very, very similar style of football to what Guardiola plays. You're only left with about 5 to 10 managers. You've got De Zerbi, who is one that's being linked with a lot of teams. He's currently being linked to the Manchester United job. You've got, other managers like Mikel, I believe is it Mikel from Girona, or Miguel Munoz, I think his name is. Obviously, both under the City group. He's another one being linked. But then you're only looking at, the likes of Julian Nagelsmann. There isn't too many that great young managers that will be available. Vincent Kompany's joining Bayern Munich somehow. Ruben Amorim's going to stay at Porto. Arne Slot's joining Liverpool. Chelsea and Man United both need managers. If this is going to be Manchester City's last season, do they approach Arteta? I think there is more chance Arteta staying and really dominating the Premier League. And let me explain to you why. Now, of course, this Manchester City squad is the best squad in world football, in my opinion. And yes, they have won the league under Pellegrini and Mancini. Other than Pep Guardiola's dominance, they have won the league twice under different managers during the Premier League era. But I think Guardiola, if he's getting out, he knows he's getting out at the right time. Kyle Walker's coming to the end of his kind of career. Was he 34 years of age now? He maybe only have one season left. Edison looks like he's going to be leaving. De Bruyne is 33, 32 now. He can't have many, many seasons left. Erling Haaland was wanted by Real Madrid a year ago. Could they potentially come back in for him? They have obviously got an unbelievable squad and they will always be up there in and around. But does Guardiola maybe think this upcoming court case where we don't really know the ins and outs of what's going to happen with this court case. But if it is going to be that Manchester City do get charged for their, allegedly if they get charged, does Guardiola think, hang on, it's going to be a lot worse than people are expecting? Because when the charges first come out, it kind of galvanized the Manchester City squad. It kind of galvanized Guardiola was like, do you know what? Right, let's have it. Let's go and dominate the Premier League and let's go and win a treble. When the charges first come out, now all of a sudden you're seeing things where he's coming out saying he's closer to leaving than staying. He come out earlier and said that he expects Jack Grealish to bounce back. He said he will be back. But Guardiola, I just don't think, if he spends another 1 or 2, 3, 4 years, of course, Manchester City will probably dominate. But is he getting out at the right time? And what other football clubs around there, elite football clubs, would he go to? I don't think he's going to go back to Bayern Munich. I think they want to do a project on the company. He'd never join Real Madrid because he's from Barcelona. Barcelona have just announced Hansi Flick. I can't see him managing in France because PSG, no, I can't see him managing there. So the only other league I could see him potentially moving to would be Serie A. Could he move to a Milan, an Inter, a Juventus, a Napoli? Juventus have just announced Thiago Motta. Napoli are about to sign Conte as their new manager. The only other option he could potentially do is go and manage the national team. Could he go and manage Spain? Could he manage England? Is there anyone else in the Premier League? I mean, the only other club I think you could see him at is Chelsea. But right now, they are an absolute mess. They've gone from having Thomas Tuchel, sacking Potter, getting rid of Poch, and now they're looking at appointing McKenna. So there isn't too many clubs out there that, as of this moment right now, on the 27th of May, that are that appealing for Manchester City. And when he does go, if Arteta stays as the Arsenal manager, I think Arsenal will dominate the Premier League for the next 3 to 5 years. Because right now, I don't think anyone, in terms of Arsenal right now, I don't think anyone is on the level of matching them. When you look at their squad, when you look at the trajectory they're going on, the signings they're making, they're back in the Champions League. They are going in the right direction. And when you think about what Arsenal are trying to do under Arteta, you're all of a sudden, without a Guardiola in this league, there isn't too many managers now that are that elite level. Jurgen Klopp's gone. There's no Conte. There's no Mourinho. There's no Ferguson. There's no Wenger. Only Arteta, in terms of going for titles. I don't think Postecoglou and Spurs are at that level at the moment. I don't think Arne Slot's going to be at that level at the moment. This well could be Arsenal's last year of battling out of Manchester City before they start to dominate. Like, genuinely, we could see absolute domination if Pep Guardiola is no longer in this league without a Jurgen Klopp as well. So, look, only time will tell. I think right now, if Guardiola does leave, it opens up the league for practically everyone else. In terms of Manchester City, they're going to be there or thereabouts next season. But at times, Guardiola is one of the reasons they just have this knack of getting results, grinding out results. The best manager in world football. If he's no longer there, I don't know, man. It gives other players, other managers, other teams hope going into that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Will Arteta be joining City? Who replaces Jurgen Klopp? Will Arsenal win the league in the next few years? Let me know down below if you haven't already. I'll see you all soon. Thank you.